I just reblogged it.
Going live in. Yes, food. 5. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'll hand this off to Sab in just a moment. I just want to let you know that this is the adventures of Hugo Jones and his newly acquired crew. Alright, Sab, you take it.
So, tonight we're doing our interlude session titled The Marshland Mash, and I will be DMing for the first time ever, so it's probably going to have things go horribly wrong all the time, and for once, it will always be my fault.
For once, it's always your fault.
It is always your fault, my friend.
So, first thing we're going to do is we will go ahead and introduce our cast, starting with Rana. Rana cannot speak. She is a Acer Unchained monk. She has taken several vows, chief among which are poverty, silence, truth, and she had one more. I don't remember the last one off the top of my head, but that's not important. We'll get to it later. Cleanliness.
She gotta stay clean. Real clean.
But clearly, spelling is not.
How's it like to be called stupid?
So, next on our list is...
Hello, little knight. Yay! I'm 3 foot something. 3 foot something, I'm a gnome. I've got a nose print of Salbus right on my freaking forehead so I can cast spells without having to actually touch him, so he can be off doing his own little thing. And I'm not 100% sane. We'll just leave it at that.
She's playing herself.
Yeah, exactly.
And next we have...
My name is Silver Blood. Why I call myself this is because my blood is as thick as the metal itself. I will purge the world of anything impure with the silver light of silver.
And finally, one of our narrators for the evening.
Name's Hugo Jones. I'll be doing the inquisiting, the questioning, and the judging throughout this show.
And tonight, we have in store for you, first and foremost, we'll have many shenanigans, and we also have our disclaimers before we go any further. Management is not responsible for death of any and or all party members. Dismemberment will probably happen to somebody. As long as no blood gets on Rana, we should be okay. We're going to have flashbacks. I don't think any of them were in Vietnam, though. Suspense and shock, and graphic verbal depictions. So, to start us off, you all have been journeying together for a little while now. You've sort of come to trust each other, to some extent at least. Some of you have stronger bonds towards certain of you than others do, which you already know. And along that lines, you've ended up, after some adventuring, in the town of Myereves. The town of Myereves is a town that's along a somewhat unused trade route. It's not a main trade route, so there's only the one town, but it was initially built around a fresh spring of water. It's the only place for miles that's not swamp. Everything else is gross, nasty, disgusting, hideous. It's a terribly bad scene. So, you came into the town yesterday, and it's morning the next day, and you wake up, and you're in jail. Everything's a little
bright and clean jail.
Everything's a little fuzzy. Well, they didn't want to piss off Rana too much, so they made sure that it was a little tidier than usual. You've got your single jail guard here. He's just sitting here, not really doing much. He's got a book in front of him. You're not sure he can read. Oh. Has it not actually transferred your proper tokens with light yet?
Weird. I can see.
I can see. I can see everything, my friends.
It says that you...
Apparently I'm on top of... or apparently Salvus is on top of...
So you can't see and you can't control your token?
Negative.
It says control. Let me try this again. Okay. Controlled by Hugo Jones. I'm just going to delete your token and recopy you over. And we'll see if that fixes it. You are much too large, but can you see?
Negative.
Maybe you need a refresh roll 20.
How about now?
Nope.
Refresh.
Can everyone else see?
No. I cannot see.
What in the world?
I don't know what you've done.
I don't either.
I broke it all. Can't see that.
Apparently.
Worst game ever.
Now I see darkness.
Okay. How about now?
Nope. I'll refresh. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. There we go.
Change.
I can see
You should
everything now.
change. Yeah, you should change your display name.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Blood.
he's so incognito that he has gone and made himself somebody named Danny.
Okay, so can you see now?
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
It was on your end.
Because if it still wasn't working, I had no idea what to try next. I had just reset everything. So you wake up, you're in jail. Pretty much your weapons have been taken from you. As soon as one of you all wake up about the same time, did any of you make any noise or any movement or motion
I did.
first? Okay.
What in tarnation is going on here?
Okay, as soon as you speak, the guard over here goes, "Oh, wait, no, don't." Okay, and he kind of hustles over. He's not letting you out just yet, but he sort of goes to the door and says, "Okay, you're not really. I don't want any trouble. We saw what you guys did at the tavern. We don't want any trouble about anything. But the council leader wants to talk to you." So he says,
I am unfamiliar about what happened at the tavern.
"How could you not remember that?" And as he starts to say this,
I had to play some Hangover.
the day before starts to flood back to you, as you all start to have recollections of what occurred yesterday. As you enter the town of Myraves,
I did have an erection yesterday, and I made it single-handedly.
be that as it may,
I'm laying in the hay with my tiger.
you all start to remember the day before yesterday. You'd come into the town, you'd ask some directions, you knew where you were going, and you knew that this building over here was the cheaper inn. They have 2 inns in town. One is the tavern, and the other is a more upscale place. Obviously, you're traveling with Rana, so Rana doesn't want to stay at the more upscale place due to her vow of poverty. So you've gone ahead and you're heading over there towards the tavern, unless there's one of the other places you'd like to go to first. There's a few that if you want to explore or talk to anybody, you'd be free to. But as you've entered, you've noticed that the town is a walled town. It's just got a wooden wall. The gates are open, but they do have, it seems for the size of the town, a few more guards than you'd expect would normally be on the walls. And they look a little antsy, but they don't really say much to you when you come in. They sort of look you over and say, "All right, you can enter." That's about it.
Just like to know where my caravan is.
All right. I don't have a token for your caravan,
Well, that's
so
fine.
it is wherever you left it. As you came in, they would have allowed you to bring the caravan in,
Alright.
so long as you didn't leave it in the main town square.
Nope. I'll put a word. We're supposed to go so my ladies can tend to their garden. I ain't got nobody in the prison inside my first caravan.
All right.
Other
So
than that,
they
it's time to
check
stock
out-
up and supply.
They do give a funny little look at your prisons, but they realize you don't have anybody there. They say, "So, are you just passing through right now, or do you have business in the town?"
Just passing through.
Okay. So with that, they let you in, and they direct your caravan over to the farmland, and they say, "We've got a guard on patrol at the farmland. Don't worry about it. There was an incident, but it's not important. We've hired some people to handle it." So,
Well, anything happens to my girls, I will be tending to that matter myself.
don't worry. We will make sure that they're fine. There's tons of other people working on that farm. It shouldn't be an issue.
All right. You ain't got no problems with tigers, do you?
It's about that time that Tala comes up, and they sort of see the tiger, and the guard steps back a bit and then looks between the two and sort of sees Hugo's demeanor, and it's like, it's not going to eat anybody, is it?
No, it's got full control over that gnome.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to worry about her.
Okay, okay, as long as you just don't let it go wandering around, you might scare some people with it.
You hear that, Tala?
So,
Yeah.
Don't go wandering around.
so they let you in. The guards they're a little interested in the way that Silverblood has a mask on, and your tiger, and your little halo over your head.
I've never seen beneath it. He's You think I'm joking? He may be Parisian, but he's completely white under that mask.
So you come into the town. They point out there's a few places. It's not a large town. It's very small. They've got a tailor's. They have a small council meeting hall. They've got a few farms. And what you know about the town is that there's a spring of pure, clean water at the center of it, and that's what the town was founded around. Originally, it had a different name, but since it was built just on the edge of the swamp initially, they just changed the name locally, became known as Myreeves, and ever since, that's what it was on the maps. So they pointed you out to this tavern and said, yeah, they should have some rooms for you. They're the cheaper options because they're usually for whoever's trying to get through and make as much money as they can on the trade route, but it should serve your purposes.
Very well.
As you passed through the town, you did notice on your approach that there were some horses over here, and you can see that they're saddled and have stirrups on them, and they've got some sort of barding on them. So they don't look like they're horses for a caravan. They look more like they're combat-trained horses. So as you start to go into the town, Rana's apparently tugging on Hugo's coat.
Alright, well. I guess I can't send you to do that, Rana. Rana, just come with me. We'll check out the inn first, and then we'll get some feed for the horses.
Just let myself in.
So as you walk in to the inn,
Majestically rode in. I walked in through the other door.
as you walk into the inn,
sorry, Silverblood's not known to take the front entrance.
this gentleman over here goes, oh, hello. Well, and he looks you over, and he looks at your tiger and goes, and he sees that you've got a saddle on your tiger, so he's like, it's trained, yes?
Yes.
So he looks at you a little weirdly, and still goes, okay, well, we've got this free table over here. If you want anything, we don't have a lot to offer, but I've got some stew cooking. I can get some meat from the butchers from our stores we can give to your tiger. And if any of you need fish or anything like that, we've got some that came in on the last caravan, some salted stuff, so we can get that for you.
Okay.
Who has the highest perception? Let's see. I think the highest passive perception. Okay. I think you've got.
I have a plus 15.
Okay. Yeah. So as you enter with your passive perception, you can see that these 5 people over here at this other table, they're all seated around it. They all are wearing armor. It looks like it's not just decorative armor. It looks like it's been used. This guy up at the front has a strange-looking exotic weapon. I have a chainmail outfit for reasons that'll become later. So he's got this strange-looking sword. You know, with your passive was 25, so you get all this from that. So looking over them, you can tell that they are almost certainly the ones who own the horses outside, and they look to be mercenaries. So putting two and two together, the guards at the gate said they hired somebody to take care of a problem. It's probably these guys. So they sort of look over at you and
as I walk in, I'd like to take just a special note and look at them beyond my passive perception, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
It does not beat my passive, so it's just what I saw.
Okay. So this one in particular, though, sort of looks over and he looks at each of you in turn, and you can tell just from your passive perception that he's clearly just sizing you guys up. And after a moment, he goes back to eating. So they're not paying you much attention. They've got their drinks, their food, and the cook over here is hustling around, going around, just says, if you want to, does your tiger sit with you, or if you want to mount? Oh, okay. So he hustles off to the back.
Pint, please.
Yes? Oh, absolutely. So he quickly runs over here, grabs a glass, just the one?
Two.
Okay. So he takes two glasses and he pours it out of the keg right here, brings it over, sets them down for you, and says, and who wants the soup? And did any of you want the fish?
I'll take some stew.
The Salbus just kind of perks his head up at fish.
Oh, it knows some words. Okay. All right. So
That's rather
just one stew and one fish.
Just because she's a gnome doesn't mean she can't speak.
Okay. Two stews and one fish. He looks over to Silverblood. Would you like anything to eat?
I will have the same. All
right. And you? Turns and looks at Narana. Would you like some stew or some fish, or? As Narana just stares.
Stew, fish. Yeah. Which one? First one? Second one? Should have some stew.
All right. So he.
I'm expecting her to make a fishy face.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
It's not pigeon stew, is it?
No, it's
right,
beef stew. We raise cattle here.
Fantastic.
Okay. So he turns back around. He grabs some bowls. He starts filling up your stew. As you do this, this guy here, he looks a little irritated at the fact that you guys are there at all, because he clearly realizes you're not just townsfolk. And where they were talking a little loudly when you first entered, they've now taken down to much quieter whispers. So he's sitting here just whispering over to the guy next to him.
Put yourself in the chair. Just to let you guys know, you can hold Alt to put yourself directly into the chair.
Yeah, you can use Alt to go off of a tile, and I don't care if you do that.
In combat, it's different, but yeah.
No. It's clear that this guy, I mean, just from the way he's addressing them, you can tell that this guy's the leader of them. So, with that perception, you can sort of hear him as he's talking. He's saying, alright, so we've got a few missing people. It's nothing big. It should be easy to deal with. I mean, the worst we've heard out of this area is about kobolds, really. So, I'm not too worried about it. There might be crocodiles and things, but there's also something about a bandit, but I think the bandit's gone. They haven't heard anything from that in a while. So we're going to leave in the morning. We're going to head out and go ahead and do that. So both Hugo and Tala hear basically that entire conversation, and the other guys are just sort of nodding, and they're like, yeah, all right, we dealt with that before. It's not a big deal. They're drinking. The guy brings over your stews and sets them down carefully between you. He's got the salted fish. He's got it on a stick where he'd rested it next to the fire, and he sort of starts to hand it to the tiger, then to Tala. You want to holds it out to her. It's like, I don't want to get bit. So he hands it over to her, And he goes back over here. He's cleaning some glasses and things. These guys have a multitude of empty glasses all over their table. As you're all doing that, if you're talking or if you're just eating, whichever it is.
I'm eating.
Okay.
Travis
Don't let
is
this thing go to waste.
resting his head on Paula's lap, kind of eating the fish.
So this guy comes in. He sort of looks at both tables, looks at each of you, and then goes over to the barkeep and he starts talking to him. He just says, "Hey, did you have that stuff ready?" And he goes, "Oh, right. The council's meeting tonight. Okay, yeah, sure." So the guard steps back out, and he leaves out of where you can see. This guy quickly starts making some plates together, and then he's got this big crate that he sets the plates in, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry, I'll be back in just a minute if you need another drink or anything. Just leave a copper down and refill it from the barrel here. All right." So then he takes this big old crate and starts walking out. He thinks you all look like you've got it handled.
Of course we do.
So he's headed out. It's just you and the other guys in there. They're sitting there. As you look at them, do you do anything else that you want to in regards to looking at them or seeing them? Anything like that?
No, failed the earlier perception. That's about all. I just
Alright.
gave him a glance, and I'm
Okay.
done with my food and finishing my drink and about to head out. Need to get some feed
So-
for them horses.
Oh, we needed to.
So this guy-
to stay here, didn't we?
So this guy, after you've left, after the barkeep has left, he stands out of his chair. He walks over. He's got his glass, and he's got two of them, and he's filling them up. And he starts to head back. And I need Hugo and Rana to make a reflex save.
Nailed it.
Okay, so he catches his foot on a loose floorboard, and the second that happens, Rana immediately kicks her chair to the side as she sees the spill coming, and she completely manages to get her chair out of the way. It hits the table, and it spills over much of the table, but it also hits Hugo and Hugo's book that he's got with him. And the guy sort of looks down, and Hugo's sitting there, and he just goes, whatever, and just turns around and goes back to refill the cup. Now that he spilled most of it on Hugo.
Hey, fucker.
I'm gonna have my mic on just for reaction. It's hard to type.
And he turns around and just goes, "What do you want?"
Well, an apology would be nice. But what
It's
you just
just-
did to this here book, I might just consider sacrilege.
As if you could even read it, moron. As he turns back around and
Rana's gonna stand up.
Do not tempt me, my friend.
as each of you stand up, all four of the guys over at their table also stand up.
I'm
I'll
just
turn around to
swinging
the four.
swinging my little legs in my chair right now. Salvus will be the one to stand up.
All four of them stand up.
I'm facing the four.
And the knight,
You're
or
lucky.
the mercenary sets the glasses down and just says, "Look, do you really want to make this something?"
No,
lucky.
all you gotta do is say sorry.
That I've got a reputation to keep. In the name of Iomade, or your ass would be without an ass.
You can
We'll be leaving
justify
this
your
establishment.
cowardice. And he just says, "Justify your cowardice however you want. Walk away."
I'll take the The white one for compensation for that book? Does that sound good? I'm looking at the others.
What do you mean the white one? He says.
I begin to walk beside him. I brush into him.
He stands his ground. He puts his hand over to his back where he's got a great sword that you can see. Or not a great sword. He's got a falchion. And he just goes, "Are we going to have a problem?"
No. There's a horse out there with my name on it. Unless you got a problem with that. I gotta get a new book. You don't ruin this one.
With that, he says, "Alright, I guess we do have a problem." And he unsheaths the sword, and everyone needs to roll initiative.
Alright.
It always has to end like this.
Oh no!
So, what I want to tell you in regards to this is that part of this combat is to let you just do anything you want with your characters. If you prepare spells or you have any sort of spells, you can use any spell you want off your list as if you had it prepared just in case. If you want to use any of your abilities, remember we're already at the next day, so this is just to give you a chance to sort of play your characters a little bit, learn how they work, and so forth. So
Here's
these guys roll at... Okay.
Do I need to roll mine as well?
Yeah, you'll have to roll yours as well. And let me do the turn order.
Well, at least I got that one out of the way.
Ha. I got a 2. Makes it a 7.
Okay, so the captain will roll. It's a 13. His men are apparently faster than he is, and they get a 19. And everyone else's is... Ron got a 5. You got a 7. Your first roll was Salvis.
Yes.
Second roll was you, and Silverblood's was 13. So, his men each go first. If they stand
I
up...
just did the initiative order.
What?
Just off my screen.
Okay. Let me do that again.
There you go.
It's there. It's there.
Okay.
I think it's there.
His men each go first. Each of them draws a longsword, and they also have a buckler. As they do this, they're sort of uncertain, and they're sort of looking to him, and they're not really certain what's going on, so they hold their turn after drawing their swords until after the captain. Tala, it's your turn.
Everyone's standing up, aren't they?
Yes. Everyone except you and Silverblood stood up. Silverblood just sort of went, "Why does it always go this way?"
I don't really feel like getting up right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my, what the heck is my weapon? Master...
You have a masterwork short spear.
Yeah, I'm going to take my short spear, and I'm just going to smack it against the floor. And, with that, I mean I am casting Thunderstomp, and hopefully tripping everybody.
Okay. Is Thunderstomp for everybody, or is it trip one person?
Oh, it only trips one. Well, awesome. I'll trip the captain.
Okay, so what is the DC on it? Do you have it handy?
It's not a DC. It says Attempt the combat maneuver check to trip the target, but instead of your base attack bonus, you can use your caster level, and instead of your strength modifier, you can use your spell casting ability for modifier.
So you got a plus 10, so you need to roll a 1d20 plus 10 for me, please.
1d20 plus 10?
I'm going to check just for the sake of checking, but I'm pretty sure that cleared it. Yes, that cleared it. So you whack your short spear against the ground, and all of these guys look startled for a second, and like they look over at you, but nothing happens to them. The captain suddenly, that loose board that he tripped on, flings up out of the ground, and it's right under one of his feet, and he hits the ground and he's prone. So where is the token for that?
You mean the marking?
Yeah, how do you do the little markings on it?
You just click on the icon, and then it'll be like a cog, I think.
Oh, that's right. Okay, there it is. So he is tripped. He's on the ground. Are you doing anything else with your turn? Are you going to stand up now that you've done your standard action? You still have your move action.
Might as well get up. Just getting up out of my chair.
Okay. You don't want to get on your tiger or move out of the way or anything like that?
I'll step over here.
Okay. You are out of his reach. So he's on the ground. Is now his turn. He's going to use his turn to try and get up. This provokes from Hugo. Go ahead and make your attack.
Alright, I want to punch this fucker in the face.
That man's not quite graceful.
You go to swing at him, and you manage to almost hit him, but the last second he tucks his head out of the way, just as he's getting up. And as soon as you do that, he's up, and he draws his sword, and he is going to try and attack you. He has a plus.
I do believe.
I thought you were rolling with
You said
us.
he's drawn his sword?
Yeah.
That provokes another attack.
Do you have combat reflexes?
Yes.
Okay, hit again.
Punch him in the face.
Same
This
thing.
time you hit. Roll damage.
I wish somebody was standing next to me. I'd have double damage on this. This is non-lethal. This is just a unarmed strike.
Silver is adjacent to you.
No, adjacent to him.
Oh.
This is non-lethal damage.
So you hit him. You hit him for 7 non-lethal damage. You hit him a strong punch, and it sort of knocks him back on his feet for a second. But he does see that you have a weapon, and he realizes you haven't drawn it and tried to use it yet. So he turns and tries to use his weapon with the flat of his blade, so he's going to be attacking at a penalty to what he normally would attack at. Trying to hit with the flat of the blade, he misses, doesn't manage to connect. As he see this, that's the end of his turn. As the other realize what's going on, each of them also, you see that they're turning their swords a little bit so that they can hit with the flat side of it as well, and they each go after whoever is closest to them. So this one does not move. He takes a swing right at Silverblood.
Which one was that? It didn't mark.
Oh, sorry. This closest one. Here, let me give him colors. So red takes a swing at Silverblood. He's rolling, again, non-lethal, so he's rolling at a negative to try and hit him. He completely misses, and the sword whacks part of the table. This one over here just says, ugh, and he pushes it past him, provoking as he does. So you get to make an attack, Silverblood.
Cool. So I think I'm just gonna, as I'm eating my food, just pull out the rapier and stab him as he's running towards me.
Okay, are you going to actually stab him? Or are you going to try and make it non-lethal?
Are you
going to try and stab him?
A non-lethal stab to the knee.
Okay. That's still
You're gonna make
lethal
him a guard?
damage.
Use the bat.
Our friend is making him bleed.
Okay. So you're stabbing him, though.
But not to kill, to maim.
Okay.
There is a difference.
So, Sam, the way you do this is he still takes the penalty because he's specifically stating that he wants it to be non-lethal.
Yeah.
So it's the same,
So
basically same thing.
So you're rolling at a -4 of whatever your normal attack bonus is.
Alright. So that would be...
So you definitely hit, so roll damage.
I believe our friend here just had his spleen removed. You, my friend, have just had a favor granted to you.
Alright, so I'm assuming what the sheet says.
You do add in your...
Yeah, 1d6
Yeah,
plus 7
that's
plus
correct.
5.
That's correct. Because of the way that you have your dex modifier, it gets added in twice for your damage.
Yep.
Oh,
So the person just lets out this blood-curdling shriek,
then
and they
shoots back.
instantly they stare down at the wound in their leg that you created, and they topple immediately, hit the ground, and pass out. They're
do not disturb a man
unconscious.
while he eats dinner, my friend.
So that one is
Or tendon.
Tendon, you would
out
name
of the
it
fight
bone.
completely.
Got everything.
He just
These ones see
stabbed
you
him in
do
the shin
that.
bone, and that was that.
These ones see.
I gave him, as you would call, shin splinters. He would not be running at people for a while.
These ones see you do that, and one of them looks like he's reaching for a crossbow that's on his back, and the captain just goes, "Don't!" and he stops. So that guy, Orange, over here, ends up not being able to use his turn because he started to do something and the captain told him not to. This other one moves over and goes to swing at Ron.
Oh shit, he's fucked.
Rana's gonna flip him over
Shit.
her head.
He does hit, so he will be dealing. He's also going for non-lethal damage, just like the other ones were. And I just closed out their stat page.
Bravo.
Yes, I know. Was that a 9?
That quick.
Okay, that was actually a 19. I have to roll it again. That is a critical threat with a longsword. It does not confirm, but it does still hit. So it is a 1. You take 11 non-lethal damage as he just turns around and backhands you with the sword. And that is the end of their turn. It is now Silverblood's turn.
Silver's gonna fuck up that guy.
So, puts his spear down. Finally gets up and turns to Red.
All right.
Red, not green.
Red looks worried after he just saw you stab through his friend's knee and like just chunk blood everywhere and fall over. He looks a little concerned.
He reaches out for the Heinz ketchup and squirts it and passes out.
Silver leans into him and goes, "Would you as well like to disturb my meal?"
Okay, roll an intimidate check for that, and I will add you a circumstance bonus.
What do we say to a man who is eating his food
Nothing.
today?
Okay.
Not today.
Okay, he immediately just goes and drops his weapon on the spot, and sort of like he just backs over the corner. He throws his buckler down. He's like stripping his armor off and just like just take it. And the captain's just like, "You bloody coward!"
Good. Now leave.
He literally strips off his armor and his gear. And
Go
as you
home
say
and
leave, as you say leave, he runs as fast as he can.
Go
Past,
and be a family
past
man.
everyone over here. As he runs past, the guard, the captain, the mercenary captain, is actually going to take a swipe at him, trying to trip him.
Leave him be. He is going to be a family
Actually,
man.
as his attack of opportunity is trying to trip. He gets a.
Then it's just your CMB plus 6.
Okay, the formatting didn't work there, but he still completely misses, and the guy runs out, unless Tala or Salvus want to do anything to him.
Misses with a plus.
You just letting him run?
Well, here's the question. Was there any weird reflection of light anywhere from the metal?
It's everything he had that was metal is on the ground.
But did
Silver
it cause
blood
reflection
scared him enough.
anywhere?
Yeah, but it's not on him anymore. It's on the ground over here. He dropped his stuff and ran.
He
was just wearing.
The tiger is just gonna stare at him.
He was
And
just
just
wearing a
walked
chain
past
shirt
by.
and he had a buckler and stuff, and he just took it off and gone. So he runs out the door.
He did what
Alright.
he called the strategic retreat.
So that was your standard
Oh,
action. You
that's
still have a
what he
move action left, Silverblood.
Silverblood.
Silverblood's not here
I think he
anymore.
froze. Yeah, I think he froze.
No, he's not
Yes.
Oh wait, no, he's moving. He's still there. He's just being stoic.
Silverblood,
Still my turn.
you have a move. You have a move action left. Your intimidate was your standard action. You're still sitting at the table, by the way.
No, he got up.
He stood
Yeah.
up.
I got up just. I took
okay,
up just to
that's
turn around the.
Okay, then you did use your move action. All right. It is now Salvus's turn.
Let us see.
Give him a hug.
Salvus just kind of watched him. Salvus just kind of watched that one guy go, and he's like, "Well, I've got nothing to play with now."
There's still these two guys.
Guy doing? What was this guy doing?
He tried to hit Hugo and he missed. He tried to hit him with the back of his falchion.
You could
or
say
side
my
of his
fist
falchion.
interrupted his technique.
He's also no longer prone, by the way. So I gotta remember that.
Yeah, I figured.
There you go.
Well. I am very tempted to just have him sit on him.
You'll have to make a. It would be a combat maneuver grapple check. So you'd have to roll a combat maneuver check.
Combat maneuver.
He'll
Where is
have a
it?
CMB, so it's his bonus. It's a 1d20 plus his bonus.
It's plus 5.
There.
Yeah.
+5.
Okay, so the tiger tries to pounce at him, and he sort of manages to raise his shield up in time, and Salbus hits the shield and lashes on it, claws and all, and drags down it, letting out this hideous shriek of noise from his claws on the metal, but he doesn't manage to keep hold of it, and he sort of shrugs him off. Does Salbus have improved grapple as a natural thing? I don't think he does. Okay, let me check him real quick.
No.
Okay. So that does provoke. He's trying to
That's a
smack.
question for Rana.
He is too freaked out by the fact that your giant tiger, your tiger that's as big as he is, just tried to tackle him. He does manage to block it with his shield, but he doesn't manage to get anything. He's like, shrugs it off, but he's a little weirded out by it. It is now Hugo's turn again.
Yeah. Who are you calling him, maroon?
I said moron.
I heard you. That's what I said. For that, I'm going to punch you twice.
All right. That's a hit. Roll damage.
Alright, well now that I have an ally adjacent to me, my teamwork feats work.
Alright. He takes the hits and he's still standing just barely, but it looks like he's blinking, he's dazed, it doesn't look like he's going to stay up. What is the 26 for? Your next attack?
That is my next hit.
Okay, that's a hit.
Damn it, let me have some fun before you scare all of them off.
Alright, he is down. He hits the ground, he's unconscious.
Jeez, how hard is it to say sorry? It's not that hard.
That's alright. Apology accepted. Alright, he's down. Go stand right here. Make sure things don't get out of hand. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Now, did this guy cut me?
No, he backhanded you with the sword, so it's like you got slapped with the flat of the blade. So it still would have hurt.
Just to let you know, that would have been a 22. I know it still hits, but I accidentally used the same modifier.
That's fine. It still would have hit.
I'm gonna full attack action.
You have a full attack?
Yeah, she got flurry blows.
I don't have
Oh,
three.
you're using flurry. Okay. That's why I was confused by your wording of full attack. That is not a hit.
Okay.
So roll for your next one.
Yeah, she gets.
And
3.
as a monk, you automatically have the improved unarmed, so you don't have a negative to your unarmed stuff. That one is definitely a hit. So roll
Okay, that
damage.
one's gonna be a kick attack.
Okay.
I think it's 1d8 for my attacks right now.
Okay, he takes.
So that's
Plus,
5 damage.
no, it's plus dex because I have finesse.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that would be a +4 to that, so that'd be an 8.
Alright, so he takes 8 unlethal
And-
damage.
Off of that, I'm gonna go ahead and try to trip him.
Okay.
I have a leg sweep attack.
Alright, what's your bonus on that? Oh, it's an automatic, sort of like the grab attack when things bite.
Yes.
Okay. What is
So what do I
your
roll
bonus for that?
You
Should be your CMB.
Yeah, plus 6.
+6.
Just even trips him.
You go to trip him, and at the last second, he manages to lift up one foot and move the other back, so that your
Alright, that's not gonna
sweeping kick
work.
manages to just barely miss.
That's not gonna work. I'm
Damn.
gonna try my inspired.
It missed by that much. Okay. What he didn't see, though, was that part of your sweeping attack was not just one foot, but that you were coming around with the other, and it catches his back leg and he hits the ground.
There we go.
Capoeira.
Yeah. Alright, and triggering off of that. I'm gonna go ahead and do a stunning fist as a full round action.
That's part of the full round.
Okay.
Right.
He's on the ground, so you get a +4.
Your final attack for the round.
Yeah.
Right. So what does this do? Is it still
You still
plus
have
the
to-
9?
No, this is going to be -4 to what you. your
No,
attack
it
is.
does that full
Oh,
bonus.
full bonus. Okay, then it's just what you've been rolling. It's going to be +9.
Does a 27 hit?
Definitely. Did you have to ask?
Okay, hang on, let's see.
And actually, you technically had a +13 because he's prone.
Yeah.
So really, you rolled a 30.
Alright, his AC is reduced by 3.
For
Okay.
like for a minute.
Okay, what's
and I'm gonna go
the?
ahead and roll damage.
That's
Okay,
important.
it does do damage. Do you add your dex to that as well, or is it
Oh,
just
yes,
the
I'm
1d8?
sorry. It's
Okay.
D8 plus 4.
Okay. You hit him as he's starting to like lean back up, and it snaps his chin back. And he sort of looks at you for a second, and then his eyes roll back and he hits the floor. And it took a second for his brain to wink out on him. He's down. So it is now, unless you want to take a move action.
I'm looking over.
Oh yeah, you took a full round action, so that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, I'm
but
full
one
round
guy is
action.
left. It is the captain's down. It would be Tala's turn, but that's about when you hear a lot of noise coming from outside.
Who likes
We
short
are
shorts?
coming.
We like short shorts.
You hear a lot of noise coming from outside as the one who ran away had run and gone to get the barkeep, and the barkeep was like, "My tavern!" And he ran and got the carts. And he comes over the door and he's like, "Arrest them! Arrest all of them!" And
Yes,
so
we've done half the work for you.
these guys run in. Well, they start to run in, and they sort of see everything that's gone, and they go, "Whoa!" And all of them draw their swords. And another guy rushes in. Where's his token? It's gone. I lost the other guy's token. I'm just going to use one of my generic guard tokens. Okay. A guy comes in over here. He's clearly wearing something magical. His chest plate is glowing. And as he does, he looks around and he just goes, "Well, shit. I don't suppose you guys are coming along quietly, are you?"
Well, 3 of them are.
I'm afraid it's going to have to be all of you. The council's orders it. As he just looks at you and just says, I don't want to fight, but it's my job.
My God.
It'll just be for some questioning. We'll treat you respectfully.
Whose faith do you follow?
That was not a question I expected. He sort of looks at you for a second, and he remembers what the others heard, and he said, I'm no foe of Iomade."
All right. You heard the man. We abide the law.
Okay. So it came back to you after your row over in the tavern. What had happened?
How the hell did we forget?
As it happens, though, the mercenary, the one guy who's still up, he looks over and he just spits on their end. He just goes, "See if we help your bass-ackwards town anymore." And so they put shackles on the one guy who's still there. He wisely chooses not to fight. They truss up the other ones, and they haul you back, and you're all over to the jail. The only one of you who took any damage was Rana, and Rana, since it was
And I could
non-lethal,
actually heal it back.
well, it was non-lethal anyways, and it was overnight, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's fine.
does not matter.
Should be break time.
And we will go ahead and take our first break.
All right.
Yay!
We'll be back. We'll leave it on audio.